What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Yolopark AMK Pro Series Transparent Optimus Prime. So this was actually a convention exclusive that they made available through some stores. I think Dr. Diecast picked this up. But it is kind of an exclusive limited release. And it's pretty much a fully transparent version with exception to some of the joint parts, which are done in silver, the smokestacks, the chest, these side pieces, the face, head crest, and the gas cans on the back. The rest is fully transparent. The plastic does feel more fragile and more flimsy than the original, so you do want to be careful with it. I did have a breakage during the unboxing simply by moving it. The flight stand or the flight adapter actually broke. I'll bring that in later. It's not going to work in this review because it's broken, but this guy does look pretty cool. You do have translucent blue eyes. It is the same design as the original Optimus, just obviously done in clear plastic. Let's go over the articulation. I'm going to be pretty careful with this because it is translucent plastic and it's kind of fragile, but it goes back to there, down to there, side to side, and rotates around. By the way, the ears are painted blue. I don't know why. Maybe they were worried about those breaking because they're so thin, but they're kind of stuck in place, and one of them is a little bit not straight, so not the best there. I don't know why they did that, but nice movement on the head. Shoulders will kick up to there on this hinge and then rotate around on this hinge. You have a rotation here at the bicep. There's a little bit of silver popping through right there, just because that's part of the underneath joint. Double joint elbow gets you the full bend, and you get the gray or the silver for the joint there. Hand is on a ball joint, so it rotates all the way around, and you can rotate the hand. Fingers are on 2 pins. These are translucent plastic, so just be careful, but it does articulate. The thumb's on a ball joint, but it feels a little bit looser compared to the original. To the waist, we have a side-to-side movement here on the top. Ab crunch there as well at the top. That works well. There's another ab crunch down here. It goes up to there. I'm trying to be careful, so I'm not going to push it past its point where I feel resistance, but you do get a double ab crunch here and here. Rotation at the waist. For the hip skirts, be careful with these. They're very thin. This one, especially on the front, it does not feel good at all. Legs kick more than that, but I don't want to push it. Feels very fragile. So I'm going to go up to there, back to there. It is a drop-down joint. I guess it does work. Okay. This part isn't translucent, so I guess you're okay moving that. So that kicks way up to there if you use that drop-down hinge. So that works better. Back to there, out to the side. Put that back. Rotation at the thigh on that peg. Leg starts popping out, so just be careful with that. Double jointed knee gets you full bend, and again, silver painted joint in the middle. You have ankle tilts, ankle rotation, toe tilt forward, and again, I recommend caution when you're articulating some of these pieces, especially this hip and waist piece. Just be careful on those. These are on a hinge, the hip skirt, but that does feel probably the most fragile of the whole thing is right there. As far as the accessories, we do get basically the same stuff, obviously done in more translucent colors. We do get the matrix pretty much done the same. It's got silver, gold, and then translucent blue. You can open up the chest here. These tabs, just be careful. They're thin translucent plastic, but this will fit right here. And the matrix chamber does look good. Some silver paint. Close this up. Like I mentioned, just be careful with that. We get his blaster done in translucent gray or black. There is a magnet in here. It is intended to turn on the battery in the head. I tried 3 different batteries. I couldn't get it. This head is actually kind of a nightmare. It's very hard to get this out of here, and then getting this cover back on is kind of a pain. As soon as you start taking things apart, the whole head comes apart. All these pieces are very loosely held together. Because it's translucent plastic, some of the fitment is not great. So I wouldn't recommend even trying to put the battery in there because you're probably going to have issues. And actually you can see this cap part doesn't want to go back on. So just to avoid any issues and problems and breakages, I would recommend you don't even bother with putting that battery in there. I couldn't get it to work anyways. I tried 3 different batteries and it couldn't get that light up feature. So kind of unfortunate there. But you can put the blaster in the hand. Like I mentioned, some of the plastic does feel a little fragile. All right, so there you go with that. We also get a translucent orange axe, although I can't remember if the original was also translucent orange. But you can pop the hand off carefully off the ball joint and then pop this on, and there's his axe. And we also get a stand, but unfortunately it has some problems. So you get the Autobot logo done in this translucent with red paint on it. This joint right here, the screw is over tightened, so as soon as you touch it to move it, it does break. Mine broke and cracked. So not really all that useful, but if it was working, you could put this here. I can't even put that in there without that breaking. It did break during the unboxing. And then you have this piece here. But like I said, this stand is pretty much useless because it's translucent plastic. Everything's just cracking and breaking on it. So not really intended, not really going to work, in my opinion. Yeah, you can see pieces are coming off here. So I don't recommend the stand at all. And for some size comparisons, there it is with some of its competitors, the Blockies Action Edition Optimus and the 3.0 MDLX Vintage Animation Edition Optimus. And when I see these guys together, it just feels like these are kind of a better value, especially the Blockies. It comes with so much stuff. It's got some really nice articulation. It is actually a model kit, you know, feels and builds like a model kit. This isn't really a model kit. It's more like an action figure that comes in some pieces, some parts. You don't really have to put together anything. It's not that complicated. But as far as value, I do think the Blockies offers more as far as accessories. And then the MDLX just feels like a more premium product. So I don't know where this guy fits. Right. So final recommendations on the Yolopark AMK Pro Series Transparent Optimus Prime. This one is definitely a letdown disappointment. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. I don't recommend this. There's just too many issues, especially for being just a action figure. There's too many things that just don't work. For one, the stand just broke right out of the box very easily with almost no movement at all. The light up head feature doesn't work. I've tried multiple batteries. The head also kind of falls apart when you try to put the batteries in, so recommend you don't even bother with it. You're likely going to break something. Things just feel cheap. And I know it's a transparent figure and transparent plastic definitely has this, but I've seen good transparent plastic figures and this one isn't one of them. For the value, the money that you're paying for these figures, I just don't see it. It's not there. They're missing the quality. So if you're a fan of transparent Optimuses, maybe you want this, but I just can't recommend it given the issues that it has. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Dr. Diecast for sending us for review, and we'll see you next time.